my turn came to see the doctor. And yes, when we talked after a time, she told me, your son has been diagnosed with cerebral palsy. I told Tai. I told her, what is that? I've never heard of it.
I know, you're a new mother, you're not aware, you.
Yes. So she asked me what happened at birth. I told her it was an emergency cesarean section. I led from home to hospital. She told me then call the hospital and find out what happened.
Entrepreneurs, business owners, welcome to the Diaries of an Entrepreneur once again. We are so excited to have you. It's always a pleasure doing these episodes with you. For the people that have loved our content, for the people that have shared our content, for the people that have subscribed, we appreciate you so much. If you know someone who can benefit from these episodes and they've not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Share a link, invite a friend. I mean, let's grow together in the business world. Now, on today's podcast, it's quite an interesting podcast. It's a tale of a mother, a hardworking mother. Area owners asking her, how do you do this? How are you able to be in school? How are you able to manage motherhood? How are you able to run a business? You're going to later find out why the many questions. And ladies and gentlemen, I was telling her I don't know how to mention her company name, and I don't like insulting people's businesses. I've practiced the name, but I failed to master the name. But she's called Imelda Namutebi, and she's going to be introducing us and telling us who is Imelda Namutebi. She's going to be telling us the right business name. I don't want to start making mistakes here. Imelda, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you, our dear listeners, the viewers. Thank you, Sandra, for inviting me here. I'm so grateful for giving me this platform. Yes, my name is Babiri Namutebi Imelda.
Yes,
Nalungo.
Yes. Ogenda
Yes.
kumpa ku mukisa gw'abalongo.
Amina.
Yes.
Yes. So I am a co-founder at Diaries Stitches. It is Diaries Stitches. Diaries Stitches is a tailoring company that makes clothes out of different materials. We make party wears, casual wears, company corporate uniforms. If you don't have company uniforms yet,
Get with
you
them
should
all.
contact me. Yes. Yeah, so we make fashionable company uniforms, we make party wears, we also do school uniforms, and everything you can think of in the tailoring world for both men and women. We make beautiful baby girl dresses. I think people know us so much for that also. Yeah. And then I'm a co-founder at the Cerebral Palsy organization. Yes, the Cerebral Palsy organization was founded out of the social impact charity event that I was doing under the Stitches, and to support mothers with cerebral palsy children. Yes. And I came out for that cause because I am a mother with a cerebral palsy son. He's 12 years old. Wow. Yes.
All right. I now you understand the why of how is she able to do it, because I understand having a child with cerebral palsy is a bit of extra work compared to that other normal other children.
Yeah, definitely. It's really so much for us, but by the grace of God, understanding what the disorder is, and also the support of the family, I'm able to manage.
I don't know where to start from. I think we had a script but to follow. But let's just jump into the conversation. Let us allow this to flow.
Okay.
At what point did you find out that actually your baby had cerebral palsy, malaria?
I actually found out at 5 to 6 months, but I confirmed at 6 months because at 6 months, that is when children sit, I started to notice a difference between the twins. They are twins. My child is called Waiswa and he has a twin sister called Dalina Kato. So having the two babies, I started to compare them and I would see that Waiswa was not stable. He had involuntary movements. He had failed to sit like Nakato. So I started to visit pediatricians in town. There's very many pediatricians. There's expensive ones who ask you for a consultation fee of 200,000.
Wow.
I visited like I think 5 of them in Molago, in Nakasero. There are so many on Bombard. Everywhere they would tell me I will go. And then they would tell me that baby is perfectly fine. Well, you should just give him Brovit and don't compare the twins. They grow when they are different.
So that doctors were unable to tell that the child had something going on.
Yes. Wow. Because yes, he looked like a normal baby. I would later tell you that it even came a point, it even turned out as a way of stigmatizing me and the child because he looked like he was normal in the early stages. Yes, so one night he cried. He really, really cried. He had been crying. He was a cry baby, but my mother used to tell me, even your twin brother used to cry, so maybe boys cry like that. So now this day he really, really cried, and given the mother's instinct, I said, no, this is not normal crying. Something must be wrong with my baby. So I went to a nearby clinic. By then I was staying in Namasuba, and I went to that clinic. It's called Cerebral. It was just after my home. And trust me, I had never gone there. I had always gone to Mulago, to those big hospitals.
The fancy hospitals.
Yeah. I didn't think I would get any help from there before. Even immunization, I would drive and go to Mulago to immunize the kids. Anyway, I didn't know they had the services. But that day I was like, no, I can't go any further. The baby has been crying the whole night. So I went there in the morning and I found this lady. I had never interacted with her before. On these occasions of I need paracetamol, yeah, for small occasions. So she tells me, oh, Nalongo, how I am? Like, I'm fine. She tells me, Nalongo. I told her what the baby had gone through the whole night, and then she's like, I'm going to tell you something. But don't think your baby was bewitched. Don't think there is something wrong you did. But to me, I feel his baby might never sit. He might never walk. He might never talk. He might never grow like any other children. I was silent. She said, however, to confirm this, go visit a specialized hospital. And then she referred me to Kosu. That's on Entebbe Road. Yes, on Entebbe Road. So since I was staying in Namasuba, the next day, she told me actually their clinic is on Wednesday because that day was a Tuesday. So on Wednesday, very early in the morning, we packed me, Nakato, the helper, and Waiswa. We went to Kosu. We reached and found a very big hall, like the reception, and there are so many children, disabled children. Children were in a bad state. And I immediately said, no, my son is not like this. Yeah.
You refused.
I refused. So my turn came to see the doctor. And yes, when we talked after a time, she told me, your son has been diagnosed with cerebral palsy, aphytoid tie. I told her, what is that? I've never heard of it.
I know. You're a new mother, you're not aware.
Yes. So she asked me what happened at birth. I told her it was an emergency cesarean section. I bled from home to hospital. She told me then call the hospital and find out what happened when we were giving birth to this child. Fortunately, my sister was one of the midwives that had supported the Bragos, so I called her and I asked her immediately, did my son cry? She said no, he was resuscitated. Then I asked her, did he get jaundice? She said yes, he got jaundice, very bad jaundice. So now that is when actually the doctor confirmed, and she said now those are the causes of his condition. So you're going to start that treatment.
Okay. So in all this, they're telling you the news. How did you feel in that particular moment? Because I think it was the information overload. You're trying to understand what the disease is. You're trying to, I start medicine. Are there chances of my baby being fine? I think lots of, what were you feeling in that moment?
Yeah, I was frustrated, confused, but I did not believe them.
The whole thing of it can't be possible.
Yeah. Given that I'm a very strong person, I take so long to believe hard situations. I usually think like, it's going to
be okay.
Yeah, it's going to be okay. But I think the turning point was when I went to go and read about that disorder on Google, and now Google brings it in black and white.
Even when it was A, it will add A plus plus plus.
Yeah, they brought it like it's because the doctors don't put it in your face like this is irreversible. It doesn't heal. This baby is going to be like that forever. When you ask them, will he talk? They say we don't know. Will he sit? They say we don't know. What will happen? They say we don't know.
Everything we don't know, we don't think. I think they just don't want to break the mother's hearts.
No, the truth is, cerebral palsy is a disorder that affects every child differently. And the truth is you can't know. You can't know because some babies grow, some babies sit, some babies walk, some babies talk. Yes, with support and early intervention, they do. So the doctors basically just have to tell you they don't know. And even the fact that they've not done any brain test at that moment to know the how bad the brain damage is, all they have to say is we don't know. Yeah, but when you go to Google and read, yes, that is when now you know reality takes the black and white information. Yeah, so I think that was the turning point, and now it started to sink in, but it sank in more the next month, the 7th month, when I took the kids to Lago Park for immunization. And then I went to the special care unit where they were for those 2 weeks after that. And I went there specifically to talk to the nurses and tell me what happened during that time. Because by that time I was also in coma after I'd given birth to the twins.
Yes, it's like a good birth.
Yes, so I don't know what happened the first 2 weeks of their birth. So I went there for them to tell me, and then for me to tell them what I've learned, what they've told me. And the senior midwife told me, "Nalo, Uma."
Just like that?
So
they noticed something was wrong at birth, but
No.
never told you.
No, they didn't notice. Many children go through the process that my children went through. Many children are born prematures. Many children are born at 37 weeks. Many children are born with jaundice. They get jaundice after birth. Many children don't cry at birth because my son was resuscitated, but then they grow. So the truth is they don't know. Yes. However much it happens at birth, even the doctors, because I tried following up the doctor who actually did the cesarean C-section, my doctor that I used to serve at antenatal. For him, actually, he just ignored me. He ignored my calls. I didn't engage him after that. Yeah, because I think he didn't have anything to explain.
Didn't have the answers.
Yes, and I can't blame him because, first of all, he did a lot to make sure that we are all alive.
2 weeks in coma is being alive is a miracle in itself.
Yes, and even him, after I had healed, he told me, "I don't know how you came back to life."
So you're a miracle.
I am a miracle baby. Yeah, so that's it. I think that was the turning point, but still I didn't accept fully until I followed through counseling. At Kosu, when you take the baby for CP clinics, they also have a counselor waiting for you, and then they will tell you that this baby is not going to heal. If you're studying, please go and study. If you want to give birth to other children, please do. If you want to go back
Your
to
life
work,
should
please
move
do.
on.
Yeah, because they tell you this baby is going to be like this. Yeah, so being a strong person that I am, I got stronger.
You're like, let's do this.
Yes, I was like, this is it.
Wow. So I aren't even. So in all this, were you studying? Were you working? What were you doing at that point when you're getting all this? Because like you said, you're going through counseling, and they're telling you move on with your life.
Yeah, at that time I was still at campus. I had my twins when I was at campus second year.
Or
I was little. I was 20.
where you were a young mom.
Yeah, there are those. I don't want to call it mistake.
Life was life.
Yeah, life was lifing. I got a boyfriend that I felt, yeah. For me, growing up, I was very determined. I knew what I wanted in life, and I knew what I wanted. Okay, I thought I had it to, I would know. Yeah, so when I met this guy, he was Catholic, he was responsible, he had Daka. Those were my qualities. He was responsible, he was Catholic, he had Daka. He would take care of me. Yes, those are the things I was looking for in a man. He had to be a Catholic.
You have to be responsible.
He had to be responsible. He had to take care of me. You know, there are those boyfriends you meet, but when they are coming to see you, they can't even bring a soda.
Those ones.
Yeah, he had to he had to be able to take care of me. Then he had to be land, and he had to be a Muganda. So I had very few things that I was looking for in a man. And when I found him, I felt, yeah, this is it.
I've arrived. Let's do this. Did the news of the child affect him in any way? How did he take it? Because men react different. Like he said, for you was strong because men react differently. So how did he take it after finding out all this?
Well, I can't speak for him because he was a reserved person. He was a quiet person, so I can't tell you that. Yeah, but all I remember at that time, he took care of us. Yes, he took on the responsibility. He footed all the bills. I was not working, to be sincere, and he did everything he could. Everything I would tell him that, yeah, now they've told us to buy this syrup, it would be like 100,000, he would give me the money. Now we need to do this, he would give me the money. He did not resist to take on the responsibilities. He was there at that time. Yes.
Oh, bless his soul. So fast forward, you graduate from school.
Yes. Yeah, I was a very determined child. My pregnancy did not stop me from continuing my studies.
Oh.
And besides, I was a government sponsored student, so we don't get the years.
So you either graduate in that time or graduate in that time?
Yes, so I continued my studies. I graduated from Macquarie University with a bachelor's degree in government studies. And thereafter, due to the child's conditions, I did not look for a job immediately. I decided to take care of the children. And yeah, I started a business in town, but business is business. It was going on well, not so good, but yeah, we were carrying on, yeah, surviving. Unfortunately, immediately after that, I got an accident. I think it put me down for 2 years. And I think that was also a turning point in my life.
Survival.
Yes.
For the fetus.
As I got involved in a very terrible accident. Put me down. I lost friends. People became distant.
People became distant because of the challenges you're going through in life.
I don't know, but I mean, I was down. I was not walking. There was no more, can we go for pizza?
So you couldn't go for plot, you have a child, you're going through enough. You survived, didn't know, you're just a miracle. God wants to
I'm
use
a miracle baby.
Yeah, God really has so much in store for you because you've really, really, really survived.
Yeah. So I stayed home, and that is when I even learned more about my son because we were both not walking. So in the morning, they would literally bring him and he's in my bedroom. So we are there looking at each other. We bonded more, we communicated more. At that time was, I think, 1.5 years, coming to 2 years there. Yeah, but I was down for almost 2 years.
So the business collapsed in those 2 years that you were
Yes, I actually sold the shop on Goodwill and stayed at home fully to continue healing. Yeah.
So you said in that moment when you get an accident and you're home for 2 years, that was your turning point. What was the turning point?
Many things happened during that time. The first issue was when I got an accident immediately. My baby daddy suggested that from his family, that we do the traditional healing things. Bayonzi. Yes, and to be sincere, I did not believe in it.
I hear you.
Having gone through the medical treatment I went through when I was giving birth to the twins, I was fully convinced that medical treatment is the way to go. It works. Yes, it works. If the doctors say this can work,
It's going to work.
yeah,
They have the resources and the knowledge.
sure. But then here I was told that no, you're still young, we can't put implants in your legs, and the advice coming from the other side of the family,
And the hospital.
you're not sure of if you can refuse, being the wanting to be the submissive.
Why?
I was not a wife, girlfriend. Yeah, I bowed down for it, and we did it for 9 months. So I was down for 9 months. I could not sit. I was just like on my back, and it was so painful. And the doctor, that person, the herbalist, to come and do his things, and eventually I prayed so much during that time. That was another turning point. I have a mother who is a nun. She brought me a Bible and a prayer book. So I did all those Catholic prayers. I'll pray the rosary every day, because I mean there was nothing I was doing. So one day Mother Mary told me, go to the hospital. I went to the hospital, and trust me, the fracture was worse than how it was when I left to come to do the herbal thing. Yeah, so all those were turning points in a way that I now, even if I was independent a little bit before, I now became more independent to make sure that moving on with my life, I have to make my decisions.
To make your decision.
Yes, and yeah, by the grace of God, I was able to go through the surgeries and all that, and I healed. But it was a turning point in a way that I got so close to God, and then I got so closer to my son, and even I was able to know that some decision you have to make yourself. Even if you want to be submissive and obedient, sometimes you have to step out of the one saying, this is what I think it's going to be.
Get what from me.
Yeah.
Because I did not step out of I did not made up your mind to go to hospital. You would still be somewhere. Maybe
No, I would
still.
be lame. My leg would have been cut off.
You're just a whole entire miracle. I'll keep saying that.
Yeah.
When you say that you got an accident, you're home for 2 years, you're not working, you have a sick child, that means you're fully depending on people
Yeah.
for survival, for provision, for medical. At what point did you restart your life and you're like, Imelda, here you come. We got to do this life. Because like the strong woman in me, that strong zeal. At what point do you make up your mind that you're like, I'm going to do life? Come rain, come sunshine, I'm going to restart life. I'm going to build life. I'm going to do this.
Yeah, I should say during my bedridden days, that is when I made up that mind. I was like, Amanda, I went to school to do this. Your mother did a lot to take you through school, good schools, to have your life together. So that is when I made up my mind. And when I healed, I was still working with clashes. I started to look for a job. Yes, I could use my clashes, go put them somewhere, enter the interview room. Like I'm no more.
Wow, that determination was real.
Yeah, and then yeah, I got my first jobs where I got to work as a cashier in a betting company. Yeah, but later, since I had my papers as an intelligent girl, I was able to get a job, and that is when my life started to go back to shape now. Yeah.
Wow, so you literally got your pain and turned it into purpose. You're saying, no, I'm not going to let life, the life events determine how my
Yeah,
life.
because before my baby daddy had put it in a way that since you have all this, you can be at home and take care of the children. But for me, I say no. My mother took me to school to be someone else, so I look for a job myself.
Is he supportive or he kept resisting?
No, he didn't resist, but he was not okay. but he didn't also support me to find my way. But I did it myself, and I got it. I still tell people when I find young girls who say you can't get a job on merit in Uganda, for me, I tell them you lie.
Because you got a job on merit before.
Yeah, if you want to look for that opportunity, you can get it. Because I remember my brother graduated when I was still sick, and he told me, Babida, you don't know these things, there are no jobs, you have to know someone. I told him, no, stand up, go and look for a job. You get it. Just that some people don't want to begin small. That is when they are kept, they are thinking there are no opportunities. But opportunities are there. And that's where, in that small opportunity, that's when you find someone who will take you to a bigger opportunity. Yeah.
Do you ever feel in all these circumstances, because I mean it's just too much, did you ever get at a point and you're like, you know what, let me just give a chiganye, God, why you me? Not as people, at times we press that self-pity button of God, why me? Now you see, now you know. And did you ever get a point where you felt like self-pity was consuming you, or you just wanted to give up, or you were, I don't know.
Being the Imelda I am, that has never crossed my mind. That has never crossed my mind. Me growing up, I knew I was destined for greatness, I was destined for good things.
Wow.
I, not even once, even when I was down, that I felt this was it for me, no. Yeah, for me, I felt I had to make it in any way.
Not to make it.
Yeah, and that is me, even now.
All right, so let's talk about the organization that you're running. In particular, the Cerebral Palsy. What's the story behind? Definitely, we know there is Waiswa. But at what point did you wake up and you're like, did you ever meet a mother who was going through the same thing? Did you feel like there is a community out there that needed? What's the story behind?
First of all, as I was going through the CP clinics, I then learned that thousands of mothers were going through the same thing that I was going through. Most of them were single mothers at that time. Most of them were not learned. I don't know how this thing happens, but it is what it is. Most of them are not learned. Most of them did not understand the diagnosis. Most of them still think their children were bewitched. Most of them, the most unfortunate bit is still think their children are going to heal. They have completely failed to understand that this is a long life journey that they are taking on. So when the rain stitches grew and it got a bigger clientele, I started to amplify my social impact of supporting those mothers. I would do it before, I would do it just occasionally. As I'm going to CP clinics, I take some mothers some clothes. When I find those mothers on the streets, I'll give them some stuff. But then, under the rain stitches, I thought I would do a social impact to support the mothers. And that is when I started to post the Daring Stitches charity events in 2023, 2024, and in 2025. But in 2025, I went on a TV station to ask for donations, for support for their event. And after the TV station, my phone was flooded by mothers asking for support.
You won't ask for support? The phone was
for the event. And I was even very clear, I've organized the event, I'm bringing 35 mothers, I already have them, now I'm asking for support. But now it is the mothers who now call me. Actually, I didn't receive any support.
What?
I only received mothers who needed support. Wow. So that is when I knew that what I was dealing with was bigger than just one-off charity events in Aya. And even during the charity events, I noticed that the mothers had not yet understood what they were going through. They needed more teaching, they needed frequent trainings. they needed more support than just a one-off support in a year. So that is when I decided to. But even before, when I would go to companies to ask for support, they would say it's better if at all this company was fully registered to do
With the
this.
charity.
Yes. So that is when in 2025, I registered the organization, the Cerebral Palsy organization, to uplift, inspire, empower, and support mothers with cerebral palsy children.
How has the journey been? It seems it sounds a bit overwhelming. I can imagine you're looking for support to support people, and then people are calling you to support them. It's like,
Yeah, I don't have any projects ongoing on board. I don't have any donors. I'm still using the funding from my clientele when I have a project or I have a family visit to a mother, or we are planning to support a mother who has a very ill child. I come back to my clients and tell them, please. And they come through. Yeah, so it's tough even given the fact that I am also now a single mother. I fully took on the responsibility of my children, and they are 4. So I also have a big responsibility back home. So it's tough because mothers are always calling in, asking for support, which I can't really fully give. But since now we are registered and we are creating more awareness, by the grace of God, we shall get support and support the mothers fully as we should.
have people tried over time as you move on? Has the community, the people that you're trying to look help for, have they started to understand and try to come on board? They're like, there is a cause here. Because these are things like I think the government should jump on board, because you're doing like an incredible job. So I expect like the government to come on board, maybe hospitals, maybe, I don't know. Have people started appreciating, especially given that you have an event coming up this year, right? Do you feel like people are starting to understand or come around?
Yes, with the talks that I'm doing and the evidence that I'm putting out in the world, people have started to understand, the individuals have started to understand that this is a very important cause. However, my biggest lesson is most people don't understand. Most people don't understand what cerebral palsy is, what it should be, what the mothers go through. They don't understand why I am really doing this. Some of them think it's for personal gains. Yeah. But I keep on telling people, as much as I might gain from the organization later in the future, trust me, there is a mother out there who will gain more, who will have changed their lives. And I give people an example. For me, I went through school by scholarship. And I went through school by FAWE, Forum for African Women Education Unit.
Yes.
They paid for me fees from S1 to S6 just because I was an orphan. I didn't know anyone there.
So blessed.
Yes, and I feel the person who started that organization is not poor now.
They can't be poor. They've really aligned many destinies and
Yes,
souls and people
but
have been
by the
defeated.
fact that they started it, they have supported someone. Like me, I don't think my mother would afford to take me to Naxonza, given the fact that she was just a tailor. I don't think she would have afforded to take me to Gayaza. But by the grace of God and that organization, I was able to go through school. So I want people to look at it in that way, that even if I might gain in one way or the other from starting the Cerebral Palsy organization, their lives we are going to change. We are going
Lives
to
have already been changed.
yes, lives have already been changed. Mothers have already started to take care of their children as they should. Mothers believe in me that I can help them because some of them have already lost hope. Yes, I have mothers who call me daily and tell me, Imelda, we know that you're going to get support and help us.
Oh, they believe.
They believe, yes, they believe in the vision that I put up for them, and they know that we are going to make it together.
Wow.
Yes.
Is there any, dealing with all these matters, it's work. Is there any one story that has stayed with you as you help these mothers? Is there any one story that really stood out with you or has stayed with you, or you've seen them evolve and maybe become better? Or
Definitely, we have not yet become better. But I have two stories, I think. One is of a grandmother whose daughter dumped the child to her. During the charity events that I've been hosting, I noticed that most of the ladies are actually grandmothers with these children. They can no longer work. They don't have the energy. And then the daughters, some daughters actually passed on and left these babies. Then other daughters dumped the babies for them. You get? So I feel that was too heartbreaking. There are like five grandmothers. If you go and look at the pictures of the past during charity events, they are really people who are of age.
would you share some pictures for us to put?
Yeah, there are people of age who are taking care of these children, and they can no longer even carry them. It's sad. And then there is a mother in Kawempe. She learned about me from another mother. And then she called me. She used to call me so many times. She called me after that last year's event. I told her, you know what, me, I just do one-off events and that's it. I can't continue doing this because, I mean, I also have my responsibilities. But if something comes up,
I'll let you know.
I'll let you know. So then this day, I started to do the family visits. And this lady never gave up. She used to call me almost after every 2 months. And that is what I tell all the other mothers. They are sick for help, sick for support. If you know someone can support you, they might not come through now, but don't sit on yourself and just give up. Yeah, so this mother used to call me. So this day I just went and visited her at her home. And when I go there, she was actually not staying at her home. She was staying at a church, at a born again church, with her I think there are 3 children. The baby daddy dumped them, so they could no longer afford rent. So they are now being posted at a church. Imagine they stay in church with this baby, and this baby gets seizures, so they are always in and out of hospital.
No money, no help. No support.
She's learned. The icing on the cake was the fact that this lady is learned. She went to school. She's a grade 3 teacher, but she can't be employed anywhere
Because of the child.
because she can't leave the baby with anyone. No one can be able to take care of that baby.
Yes, she does.
Yes. So that is why during Cerebral Palsy thinks of projects like training mothers with skills that they can do from home, if they can earn a living while they're at home. Yeah. For me, I'm blessed that my tailoring shop is at home, inside the house. So we just wake up, brush our teeth, go to the workshop, then wake up Waiswa, we sit with him there. So we are watching him, we feed him from there. So we are blessed in that way that we work from home and we can be able to support him from there. Yes.
Too many questions. Too many questions going on through my head.
Yeah.
You said now you literally work from home, and then one point we were talking and you said you have school, and then now you have Waiswa, and then we mentioned about being a single mother. Baby girl, how does this work-life balance? Do you even ever have time for you, Imelda, as you sit and you're like, yo, you know what today, no? Let me go out for myself, or let me catch up with my friends.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I'm a go-getter. I believe you have to enjoy life, so I wake up and I'm like, this weekend, guys, bye.
Mommy has to be happy for me to come back and love on you.
Yeah, so I do, but I must say I've been able to manage because of my mother.
Oh, bless her soul.
Bless her soul, because even if I hear she has cough, my stomach pains.
With them.
I didn't mention I also have a corporate job.
Wait a minute.
So,
okay, slow down. You have a corporate job.
yeah. So
you have Darlene's teachers. Then you have Darlene
around Cerebral Palsy organization.
Then you're a mother. Then you're in school.
And I'm also doing my MBA. But I've learned that during this time that we would just be lazy. You can do everything that you want to do.
Can do everything through Christ who strengthens us.
And also if you are determined to. I've always been a determined person, so if I want to achieve something, I work for it. Given the fact that tailoring it gives irregular income. You don't know how this month will be, and then it's seasonal. Yeah, so I had to get a job because I went to school. By the grace of God, I got one, and yes, I wake up every day in the morning at 8 and there.
Wow. Wow. So you stay with mom?
Yes, I stay with mom.
Now I understand. I understand why you often get time to. So let's talk about the importance of faith. Do you think your faith, has had a big role to play in this?
Yeah. Having been brought up from a strong Catholic family, we have a lot of faith. We believe that back home, that everything is going to be well. We are destined for greatness. We are children of the Most High God. So for me, I feel like if you're grounded in faith and God, people will just be amazed of how you do things. But that's it.
Like how I'm amused.
Yeah, because for me, I go for morning mass almost every day, and just that hour of morning mass puts me together, and I feel like yes, I can do it. I can face.
I'm set for the day.
Yes, and we also go to church every Sunday, unless otherwise, and we also carry Waiswa along when he's not sick. So I feel like, and he also loves church, by the way.
Oh,
yes, he loves church. So I feel like if you have faith, and whichever religion you're praying from, yes, faith is very important to make you carry on and do whatever you have to do. Yeah.
How do the other children relate with Waiswa?
Oh, they love him so much, first of all. And this is my message to all the mothers there. If you ever have a cerebral palsy child, please have other children.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hope my friend sees this. She refused to have.
Please have other children. It is the best thing you ever do for that child. Because first of all, we are growing. You as the mother, you're old, but these kids can take care of him. Right now, I can tell the last born, go and bring Waiswa water. They can feed him. And even he, when he sees them playing around, he plays along. Yes, he plays along, he's happy, he's excited, and when they go away, he cries.
He's attached.
Yes. But you train him in a way that he's not supposed to really stop them from what they are doing. When they are there, well and good. When they are not, but they have been very helpful. As for the twin sister, she's a blessing.
Oh.
When she sees the helper is not doing the right thing, the mom,
Again, that'll be a part.
I didn't pay the today.
Wow.
Yes, she'll come and alert you that something is not going on well. Yeah, so, and when she's home, I feel, she's right now in boarding school because she's in primary 6. But when she's home, I'm more comfortable. Yeah, because sometimes Jaja is grounded in the workshop. She can't really see what's going on in the house. But now for her, she's there, she can watch.
And notice and see what is my brother okay.
Yes.
What would you tell, because mothers who have children with cerebral palsy, dogo, like acceptance, like you say, that times there is that denial, then people are doing all sorts of things because they believe, I don't know, something was done to the child or book into, like there is a lot of ignorance around that. What would you tell a mother out there who is either in denial or they even refuse to look for the help that they can look out for because they feel like wawechitali kituufu?
I want to first of all tell them that it is a process. To be sincere, I also went through that. It is a process. Accepting is one of the hardest things that can happen. Reflecting, Ban, I think yes, it was the hardest for me. Because for me, I would wake up in the night and look at my son and cry. I could really, really cry and ask God, but God, why me? Isn't supposed to be me? And then when I was still staying with my baby daddy, he did not understand. He did not, because it did take time to come for the counselings and all that. So for him, I don't think he really understood what was going on. All he did was giving the help and the support. So I was lonely in that way. Emotionally, it was draining. It was hard to understand, to accept. But with prayer, you later now get stronger. But I want to tell the mothers there that do it all. Do it all. Yes.
Do it scared, but do it.
Don't get scared. Like those phases of thinking, because for me, there are times I woke up at 5 a.m. and went to Kakande's church. And we stayed there the whole day. And the baby is fried, we didn't have milk. And I thought I would get a miracle from there. And it didn't happen. There are times they associated the child's condition with twins. Those twins, ebyabalongo, oba abaana tebabasiba bulungi, oba tebali mu kika kituufu ebyo. Ne bagamba genda ewoono naalonga asiba abalongo. Nokera kumakya, you drive, you go to that place. N'atuukawo, and immediately she notices she can't handle this situation. She immediately notices it's not what it is. She immediately notices it's a medical condition. She tells Yomani, genda ewabundi. She refers you to another person. Then that person refers you. There are times like, there is a day I drove. I was going to Maya to see a certain, those herbalists. I drove from Maya to Masaka and slept there. And then when I was in Masaka, they told me, no, visit someone in Entebbe. So for 48 hours, I was on the road looking for help. But I think, like I've told you, my accident was the turning point. When I was down for 2 years and then reflected more of what I had done and what I had gone through, because I did that between 6 months and 1.5 years.
Wow.
Yes, actually that time when I got the accident, nali ntabuse. Zenga ne wongamba omusawo ali good ngenda. I would go. As for this herbal my son took things. Yeah? My son took things. They will tell you, you get this one, give him for 1 month, you give, they get done. This dose is 500,000, you give, it gets done. Then someone directs you, there is this doctor, he healed my daughter, then you go, you buy. It gets done. He took all sorts of herbal medicine. But that time when I was sick and I was doing nothing about it, because now I was down.
And you're down, you can't move. God is like, soko tula wait. I think God was like, you know what, Imelda Kajanja kandi soko tula ukampatie wano.
I noticed he's okay, he's healthy. Then I learned more about the disorder because I would read a lot. I was not doing anything. And then I come to terms with it. I think then acceptance started to grow slowly. And by 5 years, we were still there. My grandmother had said, don't buy a wheelchair for my grandson. He would walk.
Faith.
But by 10 years, I must say, I had accepted, and I asked all the mothers there that the better you do, the earlier you do
Accept.
it, the better. Because we are telling you that cerebral palsy does not heal. It's not reversible. It's a long life disorder. And you don't know how it's going to happen. The future is not known. So please accept. If the doctors have really told you that that's the problem, stop the herbalists, stop those things. You can, however, there are some herbal medicines that they tell you to bathe that child. Those ones you can do. You can once in a while bathe that child with. Yeah, there are those things like the Baganda can say this can, when you bathe a baby, they can get stronger. You can, but especially things that they are taking in, I don't think it's necessary because most of these people are not, they are not proven that they are going to heal that child. Yes.
What legacy would you want to leave behind?
I would want to leave a legacy of a very determined, ambitious, and when I say helpful person, I would want people to know me by that. Yeah, Imelda was very helpful. She was very kind. She was very supportive and also successful.
You are. I feel like we look at success in terms of how many cars we are driving, how many buildings we have,
Yeah.
and we forget about how much impact we make in the society.
Yeah, and to me, success is impact.
It's impact.
It's the old footprints you leave behind.
Because I'm sure when those mothers are coming to you and they are crying and you're helping them, I feel like it's.
Yeah.
What's the future for Darlene?
Cerebral palsy.
That one. What's the future like?
So the future is we would want to see a world where cerebral palsy is accepted, understood, and where the mothers and caretakers have the resources and support they need to thrive. Because I believe if the mothers, the caretakers are well, the children will be okay. Yes. So we also envision a future where we can support, empower, and uplift the mothers. Because just talking to them, they can change their minds about whatever is going on in their minds. We want a future where, imagine me, I learned about cerebral palsy when it was happening to my son. Yeah, yes. I'd want to create more awareness that everyone knows about it. You shouldn't learn about it when it's happening to you. It's so unfair. Yes, so we have set projects that we plan to work on if we get donations, if we get support. Projects like skilling the mothers to have activities that they can do at home and take care of their children. Projects that where we can go to hospitals during the antenatal. Because when you go to antenatal, they only tell you about these other things. No one tells you, look here. Justice, there is this thing. It's not hereditary. It can happen to anyone. Yes. So we would want to have such talks with expecting mothers. Yes. So we will have a plan to do so many things.
Tell us about your event in October. How can someone support? How can someone be a part of it?
Yes. We have been organizing the Daring Charity events. So this is the third annual event, a big event, and it is going to happen on 9th and 10th October.
It's a 2-day event.
Yes. We have always been doing 1 day, but this year we decided to do 2 days. Why? On the previous events, we would notice that the health talks, the psychosocial support was given little time, yet it's what the mothers need most. Yet mothers are Q&A sessions would end with mothers still yearning to learn more. The doctor sessions were short. So we've dedicated the whole of 9th for health talks, health support, psychosocial support, miracles from mothers, and all that. The first day is entirely talking. Panels from nutritionists, how they are going to tell us how you can feed your babies, all that. And then the second day is for now recreation, giving out the donations, prayer sessions. Yeah,
I'm coming for the prayer sessions.
Thank you. So we ask the communities to first of all support us. You can come through with any kind of donations that you think these mothers need, basic needs. We have an upcoming car wash that is going to be the donation drive for the event. It is on 6th September. So we call upon everyone to bring their cars to be washed.
Can bring this by square.
Yes, a basic wash is 30,000. Then we have a wash of 50, and then the champion wash at 100,000 or more.
We also, if you don't have a car, you can also just send.
You can come and
can help a
volunteer to
mother.
wash. Yes, at that car wash, we are also going to have Darren Stitches runway sessions where the mothers will model in Darren Stitches outfits. So some of them will be on sale, and all the proceedings from that event will go to the organization of the Darren charity event. Yes. However, we also have a phone number where you can send donations to. It is 0749 000 527. It's in the names of Darren Cerebral Palsy organization. You can send your support there. But we also call upon organizations, companies. I know you have a corporate social responsibility budget. Come and join us, please. This cause is very important.
No, it's more than important.
And I know someone there knows someone in the community who has a cerebral palsy child. By coming through and joining this movement, you're not only supporting the event, but you're helping a child live a better life. Yes.
All right, today we came here to talk about business, but the Holy Spirit had its other way, and that's how our interview has gone. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm sure there is a mother out there who has been encouraged. A mother out there who is like, oh my God, I'm not alone. I hope after, when this interview is not out, you don't get more people to help. But I'm going to support. I'm going to see how to support.
so
I'll be
much.
there for the 2-day event.
We
I'm
shall
going
be
to, we are
grateful.
going to, we are really going to rally behind you and support. And if you're out there, I mean, it's not all the time that we come here and ask for help, but this is a very good cause. I believe, like she has said, you know someone in the community or two who are going through this situation. Let us stop living in denial. Get as much help as you need. Do you have like a community?
Yes, we have a WhatsApp channel, a WhatsApp group where we chat with the mothers every day, talk to each other, ask for support if we really need support from each other. Yes, however, most of my mothers don't have smartphones.
Oh,
Yeah, Daring Stitches has a family of 70 mothers, but we are, I think, only 30 on that group because most of them don't have smartphones and most of them don't work. Yeah, but we keep in touch. Yeah, when they need something, when they need advice, they usually check it. Yes, when they need schools, we refer them to schools, we refer them to physiotherapists, and make sure that they
that's
are.
what I was going to ask. Have you formed like a team of people? Sandra, I need you to help a mother with this, or you're doing all this by yourself? Do you have like a team of people that, in case you're not in the right mental space, in the right mode, that you can tell someone, delegate, please help me out with this mother?
Right now, I'm doing it all alone. Yeah, I'm doing it all alone. I only have someone I work with under the Rain Cerebral Palsy, a programs person, but however, they are still not. And mothers, by the way, believe
So much in the founder.
believe that you have the best words you can tell them because you're going through the same situation. Yes, but I think we shall put up the systems in the future if we have some people to put on board and maybe employ if we can afford. And we train them to learn about the disorders so that they can be able to also help the mothers.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you so much for the incredible work you're doing. I pray that the Holy Spirit sustains you to do much more and more and more and more. Guys, let's tell these guys to subscribe to the channel and tell them we'll be coming back now to share the business aspects.
Yes, so I ask you all to subscribe to the channel. Diaries of an Entrepreneur. Yes, and when I come back, I'm going to have made it as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, you're going to have to come back
I'm
and
going to
share that
tell
story.
you how Darren Stitches has grown. How can you grow as a young entrepreneur? How can you get the trust of the clients? Because for us right now, we do not, people just call us and like, hey, Imelda, I need this dress on Wednesday. How much is it? I tell them the cost, they send the money and we deliver. Yes.
So you build the trust over
Yes,
time.
how do you build the trust? How do you do business?
I think we should next time come back. But I think the Holy Spirit wanted you to share this story because there is a mother out there who needed it more.
Yes.
All right, guys. Behind the lens, behind the cameras, we have Tebampada Seteza Kalango. Naye tujja kwogera behind the camera we have Eno, the lens doctor. So if you're out there, olina omukolo, olina okwanjula, olina birthday, byonna, you want to do someone to do your content, please, the phone number is there. Reach out to him, and I'm sure he's going to do an incredible job. Please subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.